Hey QJB, if you watching this, shout out to you for the inspiration for this one. Real deal, Neo Steel Bridges is a beast. Time for the final division in the AFC East. Welcome back to Grizzly Talks Football. I'm the Grizz, and as you can already guess, we're in our final division for schedule predictions, the AFC East for 2025. Last division, I'm thinking of some ideas of maybe NFL videos to do in the future. Maybe like best and worst coaches of every team, maybe. I'll probably have to make a list of those coaches. It'll probably be a long process, but I'm sure I'll be able to get through it. I'm sure you guys will enjoy it. Anyways, make sure you check the link in the description with the entire Season 2 playlist. Make sure you don't miss a single episode. You're all caught up, and you'll also have it for future episodes. If you have that notification bell, so you don't miss a single one of my videos that I posted, appreciate it a lot. Helps the channel. Don't forget to hit the red subscribe button as well. Without further delay, let's get to some 2025 AFC East schedule predictions. First up, of course, we have the Buffalo Bills. Favored to win the AFC East, they start their schedule with 4 of their first 5 games being home games. Home opener against Baltimore, only road game in that stretch against the New York Jets. Home games against the Dolphins, Saints, and Patriots. Then, before the bye week, they go to Atlanta to play the Falcons on Monday night. Then they travel again on the road to Carolina, to Charlotte to play the Panthers, and then a home game against the Chiefs. Week 10, you go on the road to play the Dolphins, go back home to play Tampa Bay, go back on the road on Thursday night to play Houston, and then to Pittsburgh on Sunday. Then you go back home to play the Bengals, back on the road to play the Patriots and Browns, and then back home to play the defending Super Bowl champion Eagles and the New York Jets. To start the season, I have the Bills actually losing to the Ravens in the opener. Lamar Jackson gets his revenge on Josh Allen, but they bounce back with 4 straight wins. Actually, 7 straight wins, including off the bye, 2 games against Carolina and Kansas City. Yeah, surprising that I picked against Kansas City. Beat the Falcons in Atlanta, win 3 home games, beat the Jets. They'll head into Week 10 with a 7-1 record. And then the second half of the season, Bills against Dolphins. Josh Allen owns Tua. He'll prove that again. And against the Texans, they'll actually lose. They won't lose against the Bucs either. They'll beat the Steelers. They'll actually lose to the Bengals for some reason. Somehow they will lose to the Patriots again. But they'll win the final 3 games against the Browns, Eagles, and Jets. So yeah, I actually do have the Buffalo Bills finishing with a 13-4 record and winning the AFC East again. You got Josh Allen, you got James Cook, you got rid of Stephon Diggs, receivers Keon Coleman, Khalil Shakir. They should be holding down the fort along with the 2 tight ends, Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid. Coach Sean McDermott, he's one of the best coaches in the league. He's also got a great defense. Matt Milano, of course, AJ Epineza, maybe Ed Oliver, Greg Rousseau, I believe, as well. And that's all I can really think of. But Buffalo has a really good coach in McDermott and reigning MVP, Josh Allen. They should be doing well again. Up next, we got Tyler TNT's squad. You guys remember him for being the Dolphins fan. It's the Miami Dolphins. To start their year, they're actually going to be on the road against the Colts to start their season. Be at home against New England. Go on the road against Buffalo. Back home against the Jets. Back on the road to the Panthers. Back home against the Chargers. Then they'll have 2 straight road games against the Browns and Falcons. And they'll go back home on Thursday night to play the Ravens. Thursday nighter again against the Bills in Week 3, and Week 4, Monday nighter against the Jets. Then in Week 10, they go back home to play the Bills again. Back home, no, actually, they're going to go to Spain to play Washington. I can't remember, is it Madrid? It might be Madrid. Then they go to their bye week in Week 12. Then they have 3 home games, 3 road games. Against the Saints in Week 13, against the Bengals and Bucs in Week 16, 17 at home. Monday night against the Steelers, road game against the Jets, and road game against New England, all the road games in that stretch after the bye week. I think this Dolphins team is going to be a bit confusing. They're going to lose at home unexpectedly to the Colts. Then they're going to actually win at home against New England, lose against the Bills. They actually will beat the Jets at home. Then on the road to the Panthers, they'll actually lose that game. Then win 2 straight against the Chargers and Browns, shocking against the Chargers, and then beat the Browns on the road. Then they'll surprisingly lose 2 straight to the Falcons and Ravens. So heading into Week 10, their record would be 4-5. Then in the second half of the season, they'll continue that losing streak against the Bills and Commanders. 4-game losing streak heading into the bye. They needed to think of something. They win against the Saints, they sweep the Jets, lose to the Steelers. Somehow they beat the Bengals and shot the Bucks. Then against New England with the playoff berth potentially on the line, they actually lose this game. Or maybe they'll just be out of the playoffs by then, but they will still finish 8-9. Biggest concern, of course, is Tua's health. You also got great running room with Devon Achane. You also have, I believe, Ollie Gordon, which could be interesting. Jalen Waddle, of course. Maybe Tyreek Hill if he wants to stay. You got a good defense led by, I believe it was Kenneth Graham with the first-round pick. This team has weapons, but it's really going to be how Mike McDaniel uses them is going to be the biggest concern here. Up next, we got the New England Patriots. God, I hate saying them. If you know why, you know. They'll actually start their season with 3 of their first 4 games being home games against the Raiders, Steelers, and Panthers, on the road to play the Dolphins, on the road to play the Bills, and Saints, and Titans. 3 straight road games after that. Then back-to-back home games between the Browns and Falcons to end the first half of the year. Then road game against the Bucks, home against the Jets on Thursday night. Road game against the Bengals, Monday nighter against the Giants at home. Then they go to their bye, and they end up having a home game against Buffalo, road games against Baltimore and the Jets, and a home game against Miami to end their season. So yeah, they'll actually beat the Raiders in Vegas. They'll get shot by Miami on the road on week 2. Then they win 2 straight games against the Steelers and Panthers. Win 3 out of their last 5 games heading into week 10 against the Saints, Browns, and Falcons, but lose to Cam Ward and the Titans and lose to the Buffalo Bills. And so their record heading into week 10 would be, if I remember correctly, 6-3. Really good start for the new and improved Mike Vrabel-led New England Patriots. Then in week 10, they actually lose on the road to Tampa Bay against the Jets at Thursday Night Football. The Patriots will actually win this one. Against the Bengals, they'll actually lose. They'll beat the Giants, head to their bye. Then they'll beat the Bills, shockingly. Then the Ravens will dominate in week 16. Week 17 against the Jets, I see them actually dropping a game here. And then the Patriots beat the Dolphins to end their season. So yeah, I actually see New England shocking everybody and making the playoffs with Mike Vrabel with a 10-7 record. Drake May looks promising. Running game, I mean, you got Mondre Stevenson, perhaps Antonio Gibson, maybe Travion Henderson if you could. Receiving core, I mean, it's not the greatest. You got Demario Douglas, Stephon Diggs. You also got Hunter Henry at tight end, which is honestly a good get. But the defense with additions like Harold Landry, Robert Spillane. You also got Milton Williams from the Eagles with, I kind of have to say it's a little bit of an overpay, but defense definitely got better. And especially with Mike Vrabel as a head coach, there's nothing wrong with this team for the most part. It's kind of a make or break season for Drake May now. And of course, finally, we got the New York Jets. Every single game was filled out. So let's just talk about their schedule. Let's just talk about kind of results for a little bit. So they start their season with home games against the Steelers and Bills. Then they go road games against Bucks and Dolphins. Home games against the Cowboys, the Broncos, and Panthers. Then they go on the road to play the Bengals before their bye week, which is week 9. Then the second half of the season, they play the Browns at home, play the Patriots and Ravens at home on the road, play the Falcons at home and Dolphins, play on the road against the Jags, Saints, and Bills, then another home game against the Patriots in the last 4 games of the season. Sunday game, Aaron Rodgers returned to MetLife Stadium. Seals will actually win that game along with the Bills. Actually, I think the Jets are going to start 0-6 this upcoming season with Justin Fields. They won their first game against Carolina, but then lose to the Bengals to go 1-7 heading into the bye week, which is absolutely abysmal. Then they shockingly lose to the Browns, then lose 2 more games against the Patriots and Ravens on the road. Then they have a home game against the Falcons. They'll actually surprise people and actually win against us. Dolphins will beat the Jets on the road. Then the Jets will lose. Only 3 of the last 4 games, which is quite a lot, against the Jags, Saints, and Bills on the road, but they'll win the only home game against New England. So yeah, feels super bad for Justin Fields because, well, he got shipped off to an even worse team than Chicago. So they'll actually go 3-14. They'll be worse with Justin Fields. Yeah, sorry Jets fans. I know you have all that talent out there, but the Jets are really just going to be the Jets. I'm sorry. Sauce Gardner got an extension, which I'm proud of. Same with Garrett Wilson. Those 2 are absolute studs. People that have disrespected them need to stop. They're high in talents on an absolute garbage team. What do you expect? Breece Hall's a good running back. He's kind of overrated though. Justin Fields, of course, a quarterback. Along with Garrett Wilson, I think you have Allen Lazard now, but that's pretty much it. Defense, of course, with Quentin Williams, Sauce Gardner, Quincy Williams, I think. Like, defense has pieces, offense has pieces. It's just upper management completely killed this team. Aaron Glenn's going to have his hands full with this one. A lot of people think they're ready for the New York Jets job, but little did they know it's a lot harder than they were expecting, and it's pretty bad. As far as the AFC standings go, I have the division winners being 1 seed Ravens, 2 seed Bills, 3 seed Chiefs, 4 seed Houston Texans, and the wild card teams being the Chargers, Broncos, and Patriots. Yeah, Cincinnati misses the playoffs despite a winning record again. Now we head to the playoff section. I'm going to do AFC East plus playoffs, so just keep that in mind. I know the thumbnail will be so accurate, but just bear with me here. Houston will actually win against the Chargers, 4-5, Eagles against Lions. That would be a fire matchup if it ended up happening, but I do think the Eagles are a little bit better than Detroit right now. Kansas City Chiefs against Denver. Chiefs are a lot more playoff experience, and the Bills will beat the Patriots, so the higher seeds will win in the AFC. With the 49ers and Bears aren't exactly ready. Bucks against Falcons. The first big surprise here, actually no, I think the Bears will actually win this game over San Francisco. And then, finally, of course, the Falcons and Bucks, like I already said. I actually think the Falcons are going to make the Bucks the second team in NFL history to be a 2 seed and lead us to a 7 seed in the postseason. I may be delusional, but hey, you kind of had to have confidence in your team, really. Then we move on to the divisional round. Chiefs, Bills face off again. Ravens beat the Texans again. Chiefs beat the Bills again when it matters. Then Eagles against the Bears. They'll win this game. Falcons against Vikings. Vikings will actually win this game. Obviously, because this is J.J. McCarthy against Atlanta. I think it really comes down to coaching. I gotta be honest, Kevin O'Connell is a much better coach than Raheem Morris right now. Then we move on to Conference Championship with some familiar matchups. Eagles, Vikings, you go back to Nick Foles versus Case Keenum. And for the Chiefs and Ravens, you go back to 2 years ago. I think the results are going to be the same in both of these. Chiefs play Eagles in the Super Bowl again. This really comes down to which team has more talent in the Super Bowl. And I'm sorry, I gotta say it, but Philadelphia is going to go back to back in Super Bowls. Those are my standings / Super Bowl prediction for the entire NFL for 2025. So if you're wondering about the AFC standings, here they are. You can pause each video to see what stats for each team there will be. So there is the bottom quarter, I should say, for the AFC. And then here's the NFC. Feel free to pause if may be to check every single team and how they stack up. So there you go. And before I forget, who do I predict to have the number 1 pick this year? I actually have the New York Football Giants to do so. Good luck to every one of those 32 NFL teams this season. Some of y'all may need it, some of y'all probably don't. And that is going to do it for this episode of Grizzly Talks Football. Hope y'all enjoyed the journey for the 2025 schedule predictions. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single one of my videos. Hit the red subscribe button right there. Give it a big thumbs up like I said. This is the greatest sign off for now, and until next time, I will see you guys later. Peace, love, and keep the Grizzly vibes with you at all times. Take care.